Welcome to the Rad Conversations podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Rad Conversations. This week we're lucky enough to have Ildiko back with us again, and she's going to continue discussing her book, The Power of the Awakened Human. We have a great conversation. We talk about spiritual awakening and purpose, the nature of time and choices, and the impact the media has on collective consciousness. All that and more coming up on this episode of Rad Conversations. And remember, if you enjoy the show, please like, subscribe, and share. All right, let's jump into this episode. So I've heard some people talk about channeling or receiving messages from higher entities. Is that something you've explored or connected with on your own spiritual journey?
I especially like the teachings of channeled entities. I don't know if you've ever watched any of them.
Yep.
But there are a couple of them that I really trust because it resonates. You see, you resonate with a certain information. If you don't resonate with something, you are not ready for that information or it's not for you. And I like you probably heard of Cryon, Bashar, Abraham, Elias. There are a good number of them channeled by people, and they do such a good job of conveying all this information. And the interesting thing is that these channelers are all over the world, all over the globe, teaching different people with different backgrounds. So it doesn't matter if you come from science. It doesn't matter if you used to be a devout Christian. It doesn't matter what your religion was or there was no religion. There is always a person who gives you the material. They give the same material, how to create your reality, but they use a different approach that speaks to the people of different backgrounds. And that is what I really like about it. Yeah, there are always the teachers. If you are looking, and I would suggest to anybody who wants to go this path, just look. If you have the interest, you will find the teachers. They will just show up because that's creating your reality, or manifestation, as some people like to call it. Because you create your reality, you manifest the stuff that you focus on. So if you are focused on spiritual, metaphysical stuff, then you are going to have something coming back to you. So that's why it's worth doing it.
What's your favorite way to manifest?
Favorite way to manifest?
Yeah, I mean, I've always been told to bring it to you, you act like you already have it. And just be thankful. I'm just going to say a new car. Hey, I love driving my new car. It feels so good. It smells so good. It drives and handles so well. I can't believe I have this great new car. I'm so thankful. Just be thankful like you already have it. And then it will bring it closer to you. Yes,
that's one of the tenets of manifestation. I talk about that in my book as well. That is how you do it. And the reason why you do it that way, I know that for a lot of people it doesn't make sense, and it's difficult because how do I say, oh, I have it already when I know that I don't have it? So it feels like you are BSing, and that bothered me at the beginning as well, until I understood that there is such a thing as probable realities. Have you heard about them?
No, please explain.
Probable reality is like if we look at reality, we have past, we have present, we have the parallel alternate realities that are at the same time, and we have probable futures. When you talk about future, time is not linear, so there is not one future. So when you talk about future, there are many ways the future can go depending on what kind of decisions you make every single day. So you stand on the road and there is a fork. You can go to the left, you can go to the right. So those are all two probable futures. So you can go this way or you can go that way. And then you make your choice and you experience this side. Or so you think, because you experience all the choices you make, but those are the alternate parallel realities. So there are probable futures in which you already have that car, because you already made it happen in one way or another. So if you know that there is a probable future out there where you already truly have that car, then you can say with absolute certainty that, yeah, I have that car. So basically, the probable future is you have that car in that future, and that probable future is vibrating at a certain frequency. But you are not on that frequency. That's why you don't have the car yet. So basically, it's a matter of shifting from this frequency into that frequency. And all these past lives and futures and whatnot, these are all different frequencies. Like if you talk about other lives, for example, we have more than one past life because, as I said, time is not linear. So you don't have like one life here and then you go to the next one. You have a bunch of lives everywhere, and you have a bunch of lives here on Earth. You have a bunch of lives on other planets in other form. It's never in a straight line. So you have all these alternate realities out there. So that is, and they are just on different frequencies. That is the difference between this one and that one. But they are happening right now because there is no difference in time. Time is just a tool that we use, right?
Yeah, so we can meet up and have dinner at the same time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You mentioned Bashard earlier, and he says like we're constantly, with every second, we're changing our changing realities 1,000 times a second. Do you believe that?
Yes, of course I believe that because that is how we move. We when you say manifest, that is not even the right name for it, because if you don't really manifest, we shift into those realities. For example, this reality that I'm living right now, it has a lot of versions running at the same time. It's just we don't see it, right? So there is a version out there that I want, then I shift into it. You know, so yes, we make a gazillion choices every day. Should I pick up this pen or not? Should I look this way or not? So if I look this way or if I do this, I'm shifting into this reality. If I do that, I shift into that one. So we are constantly shifting all the time, every second of every day. Yes, I can very well believe that. Yes.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, no, and I've heard too, like if you're like a lifetime smoker and then you wake up one day and like, I am no longer going to smoke, and you know you don't have that drive to smoke anymore, but it's just gone. You go cold turkey is what I was looking for too. And I've heard you just shifted out of that. You're no longer the same person. You can shift mentally, and I've had a friend do that to where he smoked 2 packs a day for 20 years, and then one day I'm done smoking, and you're just not the same person, and that's why you don't crave it anymore.
Yes, but you have to decide to do it. Like you are the guy in the driver's seat of your life. Whatever happens in your life, you are driving it. There's no such thing that some random stuff is happening to me. No, you are drawing stuff to yourself based on your vibration. So you have to realize that I'm doing the driving. So if I want something, I have to do something for it. So I have to say that I want it. I have to know that I want it, because what you are saying and what's in here sometimes is not the same. So you have to concentrate and really want something, and you have to know that it's already out there. So if you are a smoker, you know that there's a version of you out there, and not just one, a bunch of versions that are not smoking anymore. So it's the matter of shifting into that frequency where you are no longer smoking, and it will happen. You just have to focus. Your focus is so important. Another thing I've written about in my book, because everything is energy, and wherever is your focus, you are giving it more and more energy. So if you are giving something good a lot of focus, then it's going to bring you more good stuff. If you are focusing on the bad things, then what are you going to experience? More bad things. That is why it's so important to stay away from the news and do your own thing. Decide what you want to do and go ahead and do it, and concentrate on the stuff you want.
Yeah, I just recently kind of got into numbers, and so up until about a year ago, I didn't really care what the time on the clock says. But now when it's 11:11, I haven't looked at my watch or the time all day. Then I'll see 11:11. I'm like, like universe is forming good thoughts for me right now. Or I'll see like 12:34, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll put good intentions towards those numbers. Are they just numbers? Who knows? But I'm putting good thoughts out. Yeah.
For me, those numbers mean wakey. That means wake up. It's trying to bring something to your attention. So for me, it's a signal from our subconscious to, hey, wake up. If you haven't woken up yet, then wake up. Or if you have been awakened already, it says, hey, you are on the right path or something. I see them all the time. I see 1s and 4s. So often, 11:41, 11:44, lots of them. Different people define waking up a different way. For me, waking up means that you learn or you remember who you are. That is the single most important thing a human can do, in my opinion, to discover who you are, what you are, why you are here, what is your purpose, how do you fit into the framework of this three-dimensional physical reality. Because once you know that, once you understand, your life completely changes. You see, we are born into this 3D reality. And it's like a game that we play, that we create this for ourselves. And we don't know it because we forget it. The moment we are born, we forget who we are and why we came here. And when you, let's say, try to play a game that you don't know the rules to, then you are going to be making a mess, right? So most people's life is a mess, especially at the beginning, because they don't know who they are. They have no idea what a powerful creatures we all are and what we are capable of doing. And if people would just realize that would make a whole lot of difference.
Yeah, and I believe in pre-birth experience and say, I'm going to come down
here. You can see it on YouTube all the time. People talk about it. They remember their parents. Yeah.
And from every walk of life. And they're not trying to sell anything. It's like...
Yeah, and these near-death experiences. Same thing. Why would people make that up? As there are so many. So there is, for me, that's proof that people actually remember their parents before they were born.
Yes. And people are like, well, why do we forget? I'm like, well, I don't know why we forget.
In my opinion, we forget because 3D is an incredibly dense reality. See, we are originally, every human being, we are higher dimensional beings. And in the higher dimensional, when you're in a higher dimensional form, you are aware of everything. You have all the information that we do not. You are connected to everything. You heard of the Akash, where everything exists, everything that ever been said, done.
Oh, Akashic records?
It's like a place where everything is.
Yeah, yes.
So when you are in the higher dimensions, you have a connection to that. So it's like like Rain Man, the movie. Yeah, the movie. Yeah. Like the guy could tell you that 25 years ago, the November 2nd, which day it fell on. Because when you're in the higher vibrations, the higher dimensions, the higher frequencies, basically, then you have access to all that information. It's like a book that's already written and you can read it. But when you are born, in order to be born in 3D, you have to lower your vibration. And when you lower your vibration, that's when this connection it closes. So you simply don't have access to it. They say they call it a veil. You probably heard that before. There is a veil it's a veil of consciousness between 3D and the higher dimensions. And that is why we don't remember until, like for me, when I got triggered and I started meditating and my crown chakra opened up and I started receiving the information because I was rising in frequency. So the closer we get to the higher frequencies, the more open this channel is. And we are going to be able to connect to parts of ourselves that we have not been able to before.
So you seem way more awakened than most people, including myself. Is it frustrating for you down here now, living this existence, when you know there's so much more, or you still enjoy it?
Yeah, no, because I know why I'm here. I'm here. I've known for many years now that I'm a teacher, that I'm here to teach people about the nature of reality. I didn't know that before. I just knew I was a teacher. I just didn't know what I was supposed to teach. But once I have awakened, then I gained all this knowledge and experience because I experimented a lot with all this stuff. I experimented with manifestation and the visions, and so I have a lot of experiences under my belt, and I have put them all in my book. And
what's the name of the book?
The Power of the Awakened Human.
There you go. Show it off. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, so
It's a practical guide to conscious reality creation or manifestation, if people want to call it that way. So I know I'm a teacher and I'm here to help people awaken. And I know that I have triggered some people already to awaken and start researching and all that. And sometimes I don't even have to talk about this stuff. See, people like me, we are called the light workers, such as yourself, because we are in service of humanity. We are helping the ascension of humanity to raise humanity to the higher frequencies, and we carry a high frequency. And whenever we go around, that frequency can be fed by others. So even if we don't do anything, if I don't write a book, if I don't teach, I don't say anything, I'm still helping by carrying a high vibration. And that makes a difference.
can you tell when other people have high vibrations?
You can tell by the way they make you feel.
So, I mean, without talking to them, like you're just walking through a crowd and you just get good vibes from somebody?
No, I'm not. There are people who can do that. There are people. I don't have that kind of ability. But when I'm talking to someone, I can tell whether it's a high vibrational person or not. But from the way they speak, from the way their demeanor is, so yeah, I can tell. But there are people who are very good at, they have different abilities, seeing auras, people, seeing energies around people. I don't have any of that ability.
When you're around low vibrational people, do you have any tolerance for that, or you just, I got to get out of here? Or do you try to bring up their vibration?
No, I know. See, now that I know why I'm here, I stick around the low vibration person. Mind you, remember I told you when you create your reality, you create it based on your own vibration. So I don't meet a lot of low vibrational people. See, that is another reason I tell you that we don't live in the same reality. Like I live in a city where, yes, there is crime. There is a lot of crime, and I've been living here for 5 years. I've seen none of it. I have experienced none of it. But there are people who constantly talk about, oh, my bike was stolen, oh, this was stolen, that was stolen. So they experience the crime because it fits within their vibration, and they expect to, yes.
Yeah.
I live here feeling safe. I don't have a thought about being a victim of break-ins or anything. I leave my door open accidentally sometimes. The car remains open, and no break-ins. So your life depends on what kind of beliefs you hold, what kind of attitudes you have. If you say that, oh, this world sucks, then every day in your life you will experience things that will be a proof that, yes, indeed, this world sucks. But I walk around saying, oh, I love it, and I notice the good things. Oh, look at that beautiful tree. Oh, look at the color of the sky. Oh, look how lovely that old lady is and whatnot. So your attitude determines what kind of reality you are going to encounter. So I don't see a lot of low vibrational people, honestly, because they are not part of my reality. And if I do, because it does happen, and if it happens for a certain reason. It could be because my high vibration is there to help lift them a little bit, because you do affect the people. Whatever vibration you have, if you are a low vibrational person, you are angry and miserable and blah, 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 and you walk around people like that, you have an effect on the people around you. And you walk into a room and you can tell if, there are like miserable people in there. So, it's not part of my reality, really.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, and I'm with you 100% on all that. I stopped watching the news for a long time a couple of years ago, and I went over. Yeah, and I went over to my grandparents' house to watch Wheel of Fortune, and the news is on right before Wheel of Fortune. So we're watching, and we're like, oh, and it was like, oh, everything was, there was a murder, there was a kidnapping, there was a fire. It was crazy. It was so depressing.
Look at all the news and look at all the movies. Remember, in the 70s, 80s, we had all these, at least what I remember, the great movies, that made you feel good. Today, I go to the movie theater and all I see is the explosions and the gore and blood and everywhere. And it's the society today is focusing on all the negative. And then we are surprised that the world seems to be going to hell in the handbasket. But if everybody is reading the news and everybody is always frustrated and upset about it, then what do we expect? Because the whole planet Earth is focusing on the bad stuff. That is why it's so important that light workers and people who are awakening, we stay on the lighter side, and we try to help people see that too, that focus on the good, appreciate the good things in your life. No matter how difficult life you have, I'm sure you can find something in it that you can focus on, and that helps you, because if you just focus on how beautiful the tree is, that already lifts your vibration a bit, and that pulls you out of that negative stuff that you have been mired in.
Thanks for watching the show today, folks. And if you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and share. And like always, stay rad.